All right, Shalom. I'm going to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Shema, Shah, Shema, Dash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Shalom to the Akim out there pushing the word of sincerity and the truth. Yeah, I just had this article about the United States to boost military presence in the Middle East, sending fighter jet squadrons and keeping carrier in region. You know, you got these clowns, you know, that's acting like what we're saying is far-fetched as far as the war in the Middle East, Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is going to take place in, like the apostles said, which we always speak on, the Levant region, you know, and it's all kind of tension that's going on over there. You know, brother just posted where they was telling the United States to, I think, flee Hamas. Hopefully I can just pull it up without. Yeah, U.S. warned citizens to evacuate Lebanon, you know. So it's turmoil, destruction taking place all throughout the Middle Eastern area, as far as Israel and those Arab nations, you know, and the tension, and Elam too. You know, you have Iran, which that's Elam. So the tension amongst these different nations is going to accumulate, and they're going to lock up. You know, the horns is going to of these different nations are going to lock. The tension is already there. They already have drew a line in the sand as far as ditching the dollar, showing that they don't want to associate with America. America has likewise put all kind of sanctions within these different countries, you know, pretty much slowing down the aiding of equipment to these nations because they know that they're going to convert what their chips and their devices that they have manufactured here in America into devices of destruction to destroy America. I was just not watching a video the other day, and it was dealing, which I'm gonna do a lesson on through the Spirit, Lord will, dealing in regards to Russia being able to develop these hypersonic missiles, you know, and advance their nuclear arsenal, you know, and they're getting a lot of this equipment from America through pretty much the dark web, you know. So they're creating these anonymous leads, and they're having to get sourced through different countries, you know, through different aliases, and you know, it's very intricate through the encryptions because they can't. America's not sending a lot of, you know, sending nothing to Russia, you know. They got sanctions on them, so Russia has to find different ways to receive certain goods from America. So they're using these different countries, and these countries are trading to Russia because they know that Russia is gonna pay good. Russia will, you know, pretty much give a little bit of extra, and they themselves are finding different ways to actually still purchase from America. Like I said, not directly from these different chip manufacturers. And like I said, I'm gonna do a lesson on it, you know, because they're not gonna halt them, neither Iran, neither China. They're not gonna halt the production of their military equipment. You know, they're looking to enlarge it, which I might do something speaking on their military budget and see what the, you know, because you got to follow the money of these different countries, man. You know, you look at the financial budget. I know, of course, here in America, mass majority is towards the military, and that's really like that in all these countries. You know, fighter jets and naval equipment. You know, the Army. You have the Marines. You know, you got so many different aspects of the military. That military budget is being sourced to. But without further ado, I just want to jump into this article, get to some scripts. It says the U.S. will move a fighter jet squadron to the Middle East and maintain an aircraft carrier in the region. The Pentagon said Friday, beefing up the American military presence to help defend Israel from a possible attacks by Iran and its proxies and safeguard U.S. troops. Yeah, so before any major war takes place, you have proxy wars. And right now we're in the stages of these different proxy wars, or I like to say third-party wars, you know, third-party conflicts, where these different nations is using, like Russia uses a lot of those Arabs in the Middle East for their for their own personal agenda. So they're not the face, and America does the same thing, as well as China. A lot of these wars with these different these Arabs that's in confliction with one another, you be like, damn, here it is, they're all Islamic, but why are they at war with one of them? It's all about who they got on their payroll, you know. A lot of them are getting paid by Russia. A lot of them are getting paid heavily by China, you know, to they're being weaponized to bring devastation to these and push down these other neighboring Arab nations that's being funded by the United States. That's a proxy war, of course. And as they lose these different strongholds, they're going to look to put themselves directly into conflict, and that's what a lot of these countries is waiting on, you know. But they already preparing for, I'll say. That's why the scripture says, let the weak say I'm strong. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has also ordered additional ballistic missile defense capable cruisers and destroyers to the European and Middle Eastern regions, and is taking steps to send more land-based ballistic missile defense weapons there, the Pentagon said in a statement Friday evening. The shifts made good on a promise President Joe Biden made to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin, of course. In a call Thursday afternoon, Biden discussed new U.S. military deployment to protect against possible attacks from ballistic missiles and drones, according to the White House. In April, United States forces intercepted dozens of missiles and drones fired by Iran against Israel and held down nearly all of them. Yeah, so Iran is making attacks to Israel. You know, the scriptures speak about how the least of the flock, which I could get. And that's talking about those Amalekites, man, those kikes. All right. It's written in Jeremiah. Well, it's written twice. I think Jeremiah 49 and 11. 49 and 20, excuse me. I'll get this one. Jeremiah 49 and 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and his purpose that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. Yeah, so Israel is going to be a critical nation because they're warmongers and they're demons themselves. They want more control and power over the face of the earth. You know, you have these international bakers. You have the top leaders, movers and shakers of the world. They're all Jews, man. You know, or the J word. Now they got it where you can't, you speak the truth and they say you're anti-S word. You know, how are we anti-S when we come out of the line of Shem? Shem had multiple children. All right, multiple nations came out of Shem, and we're one of those nations. So we're not against our own as far as us being Israelites, but amongst Shem you had the evil nation, the evil seed, which Edom comes out of Shem. You know, you had Ham, Shem, and Japheth. All right, and a lot of those Middle Eastern, those Middle Eastern nations, they all come out of Shem. All right, Ham is, of course, we know that the African nations, and Japheth is the Etruscans and the Pacific Islanders. But all those other nations are Shemitic. Those Arabs, they can't be anti-Semitic. Elam can't be anti-Semitic. We can't be anti-Semitic because we all come out of Shem. It's just we pointing these devils out and really speaking the truth of the treachery and the blatant destruction that they put all over the face of the earth. Because these devils will throw a rock and hide their hands. They're rats. They like to scurry in these different tunnels and these said locations. Scriptures speak about the secret counsel of the wicked in the book of Psalms, the 64th chapter. So they have they do a lot of secrecy, and then they want to point the finger at every nation but themselves. Like you had this military general. He was an African military general. Lord willing, maybe I'll do a lesson on that, which he was going in. You know, he said that America is really the face of destruction, and they like to point the finger. They like to they started with the natives, called them savages, and us, anytime they look at us, we're the face of destruction. He went into the color black, how it means, you know, void of truth or void of light, you know, lacking innocence and things of that nature. And he likes to put himself as the face of the solution. Like everybody else is a problem and he's the solution. But guess what? The Most High is going to turn the tables on this devil And that's why the scripture says that shameful spewing shall be upon thy glory, man. You know, because this devil is the mistress of witchcraft, the so-called white man. All right, he has turned everything upside down, put problems all throughout the Middle East, problems throughout Africa, poisoned the resources, natural resources of these different nations, and stole them and exploited them, and put all these different high taxes, you know, on these different nations, and put them heavily in debt. That's how the bankers roll, man. When you go back to the early ages of when the international bankers got established, you know, they was all about accruing debt amongst the masses of the people. All right, now you have of course you have the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, and they got, you know, they pretty much the ones that, you know, drown the nations in debt. And that's part of the secret council where the Most High has, where we're shedding light upon these things. This is Psalm 64 and 1. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Yeah, so the Lord has us hidden. We're known as the hidden was in the scriptures. Because all we got to do is just prophesy. Jeremiah 28:8. We don't have to go to the Middle East or go to the White House or you know, try to send emails to the Speaker of the House to get things to get a solution. The scripture says that the Most High, or Yahweh, is our judge and pretty much our lawgiver. He will save us. He will deliver us from the teeth of the wicked. All right. Now these different nations, what they're doing, they're putting themselves into a conflict that they're not going to be able to get out of. All right. And that's the Most High drawing them. Like it tells you in the book of Joel, you know, it says he will draw the northern army, you know. So he got these different nations drawing and converging, like Apostle always speaking about the convergence into the Middle East. And that's where, you know, the valley of Jehoshaphat, that's the valley of the Most High's judgment, and Armageddon, which is the Harmagad one, the mountain of troops, where they're gonna converge or assemble, and like pursuing Zephaniah 3, the 3rd chapter, and around the 8th verse, and that's where the destruction will come. You know, so that's a good thing that they're going to the Middle East. They need to bring more troops to the Middle East. They need to go ahead and get this draft popping to deploy more citizens, because this is going to be the war to end all wars, and they're going to have to throw out, as the saying go, to what is it, a bath water with the baby with the bath water, man. They got to throw everything. They got to open the caches. They got to use all the military expenditure for this Third World War, and guess what? They still gonna lose. Pursuing to the book of Revelations, where it says it's only gonna be 1 hour, and this man is gonna be brought to naught. You know, so you know, I just wanted to go into that. We're closer and closer. The scripture says that we're nearer than when we believe, and we believe we're very close. You know, so with that, I'm gonna end it by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Shema, Shah, Shema, Kakwadash, double honor to the apostle of the great millstone. Shalom, my king.